and welcome to a new video, and today we are talking about our LoRaWAN tab, and let's go. So we are now on our workspace, and all of my devices are spread between the Datacake LNS and a TTN instance. So that's perfect because the LoRaWAN tab only works when you are using TTI, TTN, or Datacake LNS. If you are using a different LNS, then the LoRaWAN tab will be empty. Now I'm going to click randomly on one of my devices, and as you can see now, you have this LoRaWAN tab. And when I click on that, you have now different things in here. I'm going to be using the new clappable functionality to show you the full screen now and take out the left side menu. Now we have a lot more space, super useful. And as you can see in here, this is still a beta feature. We are still getting some feedback from you guys, and we are still working on it. But right now it works really good. And the beautiful thing about this is that it is created using your raw metadata coming from your LNS. So in here you can see on the debug section zipped webhook from the Datacake LNS, and inside of here you can see what's happening and what's coming. And before having this LoRaWAN tab, you couldn't really, if you are technically skilled and know how the LoRaWAN protocol works, then you might be able to understand these things. You have the data rate, you have spreading factor, you have RSSI and R, and so on. But now on the LoRaWAN tab, you can see all of that in a most easy way, and you can now know what things actually mean. You have the total uplinks that your device is sending with the frame count, which is great. You have signal quality as well. And in here, you don't only have the number, but you also know that this is actually good. This is a good signal quality. And we have also spreading factor, what it means, what it does to your device. Most or a lot of LoRaWAN devices have by default enabled adaptive data rate and and in here you can see that this device has or is using right now a spreading factor 7, and as you know, usually it adapts between SF7 and SF12, and the lowest, the more energy efficient your device is. And in this case, this device is very close to my gateway. So as you can see, it has a super good energy impact. The spreading factor is here. The number of gateways around my device is only 1. I am in a very isolated place, so only my gateway is appearing in here. And well, we have a signal quality assessment. We also have battery life impact. You can see, as I mentioned, the spreading factor and how this affects actually your device. Down here we have a gateway summary. We've received some feedback from you guys. We have the type of gateway we are using, and this takes the raw metadata again. We have our own LNS, the Datacake LNS, and also TTI, and they both mix and interchange. So at the end, this tells us all of the gateways near us and which network server they are using to communicate, when they were last seen, and also the best signal, percentage share, and so on. In this case, only 1 again. So, but when you have more than 1, that's quite interesting to see. And also a different thing, very interesting to see, is the frequency usage. You have here which frequency is mostly used. And we don't only have an overview, but we also have historical trends, which is super useful, because you can see how this has changed over time. Again, this device is having a very good side view to the gateway, so it's all green. And in here you have the time frame, the time slot, the timestamp of RSSI and the spreading factor. And I'm going to later on click on a different device that doesn't have that good of signal strength and such a good position reference to the gateway. We also have logs in here, which is also very, very useful for debugging your devices. You have the most recent uplinks and the port of transmission. You have the frequency and also the spreading factor they use to transmit, which gateways heard the uplink, the signal strength, and the airtime, which is great. Sometimes we do have timeouts, and you can see in here the whole picture now, and you can analyze if maybe the relationship gateway device is what's affecting the communication and so on. And lastly, but not least important, is the map function. In this case, this specific device doesn't have a gateway location, but when you have more than one gateway, that also triangulates and more or less calculates the position of your device, which is super, super useful. Now I'm gonna go to my devices list and I'm gonna click on a different one. This soil pH sensor, that one's outside and it's in more rough conditions than the first one. So in here, as you can see, the energy impact there, we can see that the spreading factor is 9. So the battery usage is a little bit worse than the other device. And in here you can see there's 4 gateways that are catching the frames of this device. You can see a signal quality assessment, and in here you can see there's one available location for your gateway. So if we click on the map, you are going to be able to see in here where it is more or less, and you also have some more information. The triangulation failed because you need at least 3 gateways, of course, to calculate more or less the location of your device. That's not working perfectly because it's still not based on the signal quality, but it's a simple, rough triangulation. So your device is always set exactly in the middle of the 3 gateways. But in this case, we only have, unfortunately, 1 gateway available with location available. And again, log historical trends, you can see in here that the colors have changed a little bit. We have been using spreading factor 9, and because the device is also using adaptive data rate, then it has chosen spreading factor 9. And that's it. Basically, that's the new feature. That's the LoRaWAN tab. It gives you a better overview and better insights on your devices, information about spreading factor, about SNR, and you can now have an overview of what's happening with your device, how it's communicating with which gateways, at what rate, and so on. So I hope this is a very useful feature for you. If you have any feedback, if you have any comments, if you need more insights on how this is working, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to assist you, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.